Hey guys, welcome back. It is June 1st, 2025. So yeah, that means 5 months completed now for me on the carnivore diet. And I've got some exciting milestones to tell you about that happened during the month of May. And we're going to talk about the plans for the rest of this year. If you are new here, I decided to try the carnivore diet in January of 2025. I had been a long time keto dieter, low carb lifestyle, although I did get a little bit off track in 2024, as sometimes we do, and I put on too many extra pounds and too many extra inches. In January, I said, enough is enough. We're going to get back on the fitness program, clean up the diet, and let's experiment with carnivore diet in 2025 and just see how it goes. So far, I've been really impressed. With that little bit of introduction, let's go ahead and jump into the results I achieved for May 2025. My main goal was reducing the percentage of body fat, but let's start off with the weight chart because, everybody's familiar with how that works. On January 1st, I was at 208 pounds. I said that I'd like to get back down to about 175 pounds. So that is the bottom of the chart here, the target. And as of this morning, June 1st, I weighed in at 182 pounds. That means since January 1st, I am down 26 pounds of body weight. Switching the chart here to body fat percentage, you can see on January 1st, I was at a whopping 31% of my body weight being fat. And that was just a no-go. And so we've been working hard for the last 5 months through restricting calories and increasing the exercise level, the activity level that I do on a daily basis. And I've been able to drive the body fat percentage down now to a big milestone number. You can see here at the end of the chart, I now am at 20% body fat. Very close to my initial target, with my goal, which is 15%. And once we get to 15%, we'll see what we can do about trimming a little bit of extra body fat off. But, I got to have a realistic goal to go for, and 15% was the number that I set. And I'm probably just now a couple months away from hitting that 15% target. I know that the carnivore diet is perceived as being very restrictive, and it is, and that is kind of the point. It is one of several nutrition plans you can utilize to get your body into a state of ketosis, and when that is combined with reduced calories and increased activity levels, then your body turns to cannibalizing the fat stored in your body for energy, and that is how you get rid of that fat so quickly. I like the carnivore diet because it is simple. The cooking is easy. The cooking is fast. The shopping is easy. You just go to the meat and egg section. Let's put up on the screen here just a sample of what 1 week of eating on carnivore might look like. You can see a lot of delicious things on there. Ground beef burgers, ribeye steak, chicken breast, salmon cutlets, lamb chops, roast of beef, pork chops, sirloin steak, bacon, of course, and I eat a lot of eggs as well. It doesn't really have to be that restrictive though. There are lots of great recipes, and I'll put a link to this website down in the video description. It is on theprimal.com, their carnivore diet recipes. You can see that there are low carb, no carb, carnivore-friendly versions of many of your favorite foods that you can make, including various different bread recipes, carnivore dessert recipes. Look at that, pancakes, birthday cake, egg pudding. I have not made any of these, but I'm going to try some of them out. We've got carnivore waffles. All of these guys are carb-free, believe it or not. Carnivore sandwiches, carnivore burgers. I think everybody knows about burgers and omelets. Of course, I have an omelet almost every day for breakfast. Look how good these casseroles look. A bacon cheeseburger casserole with heavy cream and a chicken casserole. Look at that cheese on there. These look like some recipes I need to check out myself. Let's talk about fitness for a minute. In 2025, I decided to try something different than my normal go to the gym and get underneath a bunch of heavy barbells. And in 2025, then I'm focusing on primarily body weight calisthenics and a lot of running, walking, and hiking. I'll talk about calisthenics in a second, but let's look at the hiking, running, and walking results. For the past several months. In March, I got 56 miles in, 70 miles in April, and 79 miles in May. I might do a walk or a run every other day, typically around 3 miles. Sometimes if I'm feeling fresh and good, I'll do 6 or 10. So, I think the main thing is try and do some activity every day or every other day beyond what you're doing right now. Increasing your activity level burns extra calories and will help you not having to adjust your calories down as much as if you were doing no exercise at all. If you want to get in a gym and start throwing a bunch of heavy weights around, you could probably even progress even faster. Calisthenics is very similar to going to the gym. You're going to do push exercises. You're going to do pull exercises. You're going to do leg exercises like squats, but they are body weight. And maybe if you don't have access to a gym, maybe if you can't afford a gym, or maybe if you just don't feel comfortable going to one just yet, these are easy things you can do at home or at a local park if they have a pull-up bar. Things like push-ups, pull-ups, planks, sit-ups, squats, just body weight squats. And there are some more advanced things on this list that I am currently working on as my goals for 2025, let's call them, and let's talk about those for just a second. People that are not familiar with the world of calisthenics might look at these exercises and conceptually think that they're very easy, but there is a progressive loading, a progression chart for calisthenics that adds extreme level of difficulties to these exercises. Let me put an example up on the screen. And I'm going to circle here on the screen the short-term goals that I've set for myself to work to try and achieve. Exercises like the muscle up take pull-ups to a whole new level and work your pulling strength. You have exercises like the front lever, which work your pulling strength and your core strength. And another exercise which is fun to try and master, especially if you want to build up strong back and arms and a good core, would be something like a hanging L sit. Not only is strength required to master these exercises, but also flexibility and mobility, which is a key area that I'm having to focus on right now because my flexibility and mobility is not where I want it to be. And that is something I'm having to work on every single day to start trying to master these various exercises. Beyond the basic push-up, we have things like the diamond hand push-up, archer push-ups, and pike push-ups. And for your legs, all sorts of manner of different squats, with my short-term goal being a one-legged pistol squat. I had hoped by this time, around summer, that I was going to run my first 5K, but over the last couple months, as I was just doing training for a 5K, I kept on running into issues with getting calf strains. And I diagnosed that down to some flexibility and mobility issues with my hamstrings and hip flexors. So I'm putting off any races like a 5K or a 10K to the latter half of this year. And I'll continue doing walks and hikes and light jogging, but not to the extent that I was where I was trying to run a 5K or a 10K. I will take this time over the next 90 days or so, really focusing on improving flexibility and mobility, and the calisthenics exercises and the progressions to them that I've set up in the chart here on the screen are going to help me achieve that goal of getting the body back to normal or even way above average flexibility and mobility. In the past, I've been used to doing pull-ups at the gym with a weighted belt. I think the highest I ever got was doing 10 reps with 45 pounds extra weight attached. And as I started back at the beginning of this year, I couldn't even do 10 pull-ups. And so I've been working on that every single week. And in May, I finally got 10 body weight pull-ups. I do 3 sets every workout, and I do that workout twice a week just for pull-ups. I do a lot of other stuff, a lot of other calisthenics and a little bit of kettlebell work. But I am super happy that I got 10 body weight pull-ups because now I can start adding extra weight to my pull-up sets, and that is what is going to help me progress on that chart to eventually doing things like the front lever and the muscle up. Push-ups, I'm in good shape. I'm ready to start moving into some more advanced progressions of push-ups. I'm going to be adding some handstand work. Obviously, you don't start like the gentleman on the screen here. There are progressions to get here, and I have done handstands before. Handstands do require that you develop some pretty good shoulder strength and pressing strength to be able to pull it off. And the last thing calisthenics-wise on the far right-hand side of the chart is the leg workout. I have not been doing a lot of body weight squats or lunges. I will know that I've met my initial goal on leg strength when I can pull off a one-legged pistol squat as pictured on the screen here. The main thing for any of you that are just beginning this journey, especially if you're older like myself, is to allow plenty of time for recovery days. If you're still feeling really sore, which, it takes longer to recover when we're older. If you're feeling a little bit sore, wait an extra day. Just go do a light walk that day. Walk a mile, walk 2 miles. And after you've had that rest day or two and you're feeling refreshed, then you go hit those calisthenics sets very hard. I was finding in the beginning of May that my calorie restriction that I've been on from January till the end of April was beginning to impact my workouts, the quality of those workouts and the progression in those workouts and my recovery as well. And so I did in the first half of May, as you can see here in the chart, increase my calories substantially. I was doing around 1,800 calories a day. And you can see here in the first half of May, I was hitting 2,250, one day here even 2,500 calories. And then I tapered off in the last week of the month. Increasing the calories definitely did help my workouts, and it helped on the recovery, but it slowed down my weight loss in the first half of the month. The bulk of my weight loss in May happened in the last 7 to 10 days of the month when I cut the calories. And now that we're going into June, I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm going to up the calories for at least the first half of June. And as you build muscle mass and decrease fat and increase the intensity of your exercise, you can get away with that. You can increase your calories that you're consuming because a greater concentration of muscle mass in the body will burn more calories even when you're just sitting around resting and repairing your body. I want to say thank you to those of you who have reached out to me directly and let me know that these videos were in any way motivational to you. Many of you have reached out to me and said, "Hey, Tony, I just want to let you know I watched your videos and it encouraged me to get back on top of my fitness and or my nutrition." And that's kind of the whole point of this. Not to brag about me, but to, in some small way, maybe encourage at least one of you or a couple of you to take charge of your health and take charge of your nutrition. Take charge of your fitness. It's really not that hard. If an old guy like me can do it and make progress, you can certainly do it. It's just about having the right mental attitude that you're going to get out there and do something better every single day. You don't have to switch hardcore to keto or carnivore. Just take baby steps. Get rid of maybe sodas one day. Get rid of sugar another week. Get rid of junk food and fast food out of your diet. Make small steps. And the neat thing about being on a keto or carnivore diet is once you're able to make that switch after the first 7 or 10 days, you'll find that all of those cravings for carbohydrates and junk food go completely away. If you guys have any questions or comments, please be sure and leave them for me down below. I love to hear from you. I love to chat about exercise and calisthenics. If that is of particular interest to you or you want to learn a little bit more, thank you for watching, and I will see you in about 30 days with the next update.